This is episode 425 of Bella in Your Business. Welcome back to Bella in Your Business. This is the pet industry's longest standing pet sitting business podcast since 2014, created by Jump Consulting. We are here to inspire, motivate, and challenge your thought process about the way you do your pet business through our episodes, one-on-one coaching, mastermind, and marketing agency. Now, let's jump into the next episode. Welcome, jumpers. I've been really trying hard to not be at a level 20 on a scale of 1 to 10, but I'm back. I'm back. I am back. I am back in a way that I have not been this excited for your businesses for years. And I am okay to admit that. There is just so much happening in this world. There's so much abundance. There's so much opportunity. There's so much goodness that's going to happen in your business. In a world where we feel like the cost of everything is going up, I literally have a solution for you to make it go down in your business. Are you hearing me? Like, I'm not being sensationalizing. I'm not trying to blow this out of proportion. This is not a fad. This is not a drill. It's here. And today I'm going to show you something. I'm going to do something that I also am just on fire excited about, because I have never, ever in the 425 episodes that I've done, ever done what I'm about to do today. Do you know how hard it is to come up with something new after 425 episodes? Do you know how hard it is to have 425 episodes? I hope if you're listening right now, you understand that I do this because I love this. I can't fake this. This isn't some script. This isn't some regurgitation of something else. This is a divine gift that I've been given, this energy that I've been given to pour into you at a level that I need to get so excited about, because so much of it gets diluted over the airwaves, over the Zoom, over all this stuff. So in order for me to be impactful on a level 8 or 10, I have to be at a 20. And I'm okay, because I have been divinely equipped to do this. And I feel like more and more every single day, every single week, that this is my purpose. And I'm just so grateful that you're here for it. Before we get into this episode and I tell you the most amazing thing that I'm going to show you, I sincerely ask you, I look at the reviews that we have, and I look at the amount of people that listen to this podcast every single week. And I look at the reviews, and it definitely is not the same, and the subscribers. And so I sincerely want to ask you, whatever platform you're listening right now, maybe it's on Spotify, or maybe it's on Pandora, or it's on Apple, maybe it's something else, because we're syndicated on just about everywhere you can listen. Maybe it's Amazon. I don't know. Can you please hit the subscribe button? Please. And can you please leave a review? You could have ChatGPT write it for all I care. You could tell it to write a review saying this and let it do the work for you. But please, it would really, really help us. It would really help me. I get emails from you guys. I get DMs, and I love your DMs. Keep them coming on things that you have questions about. And we start dialogue, and it amazes me at the condition of the industry, I guess, when people go, oh my God, I can't believe you just sent me a voice note back. I can't believe it's actually you. I can't believe you actually care. Yeah, in case you haven't noticed, I do this because I care, because I sincerely love you. I'm recording this on the Love Day, February 14th. Today, I posted this carousel and this reel, and it's pictures of me that look like an Arizona background in a jean jacket holding a rose, and it's ways to show your business you love it through AI. I told you I'm like completely all in on it. None of these pictures did I do my hair, my makeup. None of these pictures did I take of myself or have a photographer do it for me. None of these pictures did I do, yet I got a whole entire photo shoot done in about 5 minutes. And I have the whole tutorial on how to do it inside the mastermind. None of those pictures are me. In fact, if you go to the Bella Vasta Facebook page right now, and soon to be actually my Instagram, that photo of me in the jean jacket with a beach behind me is not me. AI did it. It did it so well that people have asked me, what beach are you at? And tried to guess the beach. Sir, I don't know, because it's not me and it's not a real beach. But I'm so glad that it looks so authentic to you. Okay, let's get into it. So check it out. Connect with me. Let's do a 20-minute call. obviously, let's become besties. Like, let's become business besties. And you become a jumper by getting into the mastermind. It's only $177 a month. I will make you back that in the first week, guaranteed, or I will give you your money back. Granted, you have to show up, but that's what will happen. Okay, today, this is what I'm going to do. And what I realized is that it's going to be really important for you because I say, oh, just tell AI, right? And I'm putting this into multiple different ones. Sometimes it's Claude, sometimes it's Gemini, sometimes it's ChatGPT, sometimes it's through Magi, all kinds of things. But what I'm going to do today is I actually went ahead and recorded my voice notes. Each one is about 2 minutes on average. I did have a 12-minute one that was my entire email newsletter. I thought that might be a little long for this podcast. And since I'm doing multiple ones every single day, I picked 3 small ones and I'm going to play it for you. And you're going to hear how much of a hot mess I sound like. You're going to hear how much I stutter, how many circles I speak in, because speaking to you right now on a podcast, having my message clear and direct and flowing in a way that you can follow along is different than if I was sending a talk to text message, right? Where I was like, hey girl, what's up? Question mark. Are you there all day long? Question mark. Or will you be there later? ... Let me know and I'll see you in the morning. Smiley face. Is going to be a lot different than what you hear these prompts to be in just one moment. So the first one I'm going to do is, if you are following me on Instagram and Facebook, a lot of you guys loved it actually. And I went to go get an Americano the other day and I was driving home and I was so frustrated at the salesperson that I have. And I'm trying to get my chairs refabriced. I don't know how you say that. I'm in Arizona. It gets up to 120 degrees. And so after 6 years, my amazing patio furniture set that I got from Costco, which by the way is my favorite store, they don't sell it anymore or anything like it. And so there's like this hard like fabric in between like these metal chairs that needed to be kind of like one of them has ripped and the other ones are growing really thin. And so I needed this person to come over and help me. And so I could not get them to call me back. They said they were going to come and they didn't come. Then they were going to drop off a book. And then this book, like, they're like, oh, pick which one you want. I'm like, well, what kind of cost are we talking? And they're like, well, we can't tell you the cost until you pick out which one. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And on the back of this book, it's like a swatch book, like with probably 100 of them. They all have different like polyester and polythermal and the stuff that I don't know. I really don't know. And so I told this whole story about, well, you'll hear it. I told this story about so what I did is I took pictures of this stuff and I said, hey, like which one of these makeups are better? This much polyester or that much polyester, this much I don't know. I don't even remember how to say the words, but I took a picture of it. I took a picture of the 2 that I was looking at and I said, which one is better? Because if I were to call this salesperson, I wasn't going to get them on the phone and it was going to be annoying. So I was like, I'm going to go to ChatGPT. But here's where it gets meta, because I didn't just stop at that. What I decided to do is, after I got my answer, because I'm just using it in my normal life, I decided to show you and teach you what I was actually doing. And so as I was doing that, I was driving home. And so I recorded this 2-minute thing and I wanted to tell you what I just did on Facebook. Are you with me so far? So I had a problem that I solved using ChatGPT, but then I wanted to show you guys what I did and I wanted to explain it to you. But now what I thought is like another dimension of that is I wanted you actually to hear what I put into AI in order to get the post that I shared with you. So I hope that makes sense. I hope I'm not confusing you. Here's what I said. And this is very different than talk to text. This is very different than how I talk on a podcast. You ready? Okay, but before I do this, you have to promise that you can't laugh at me. You're only going to laugh with me, okay? I want you to take what you just saw above and I want you to make it into a Facebook post in the style of Bella Vasta. My purpose of this post is to show people that this is when they say, I get ChatGPT in your life and to use it for everything. This is what I mean. I had, my chairs in Arizona are cracking because of the sun and I don't want to get a whole new set. And I found people that redo the fabric on it and they dropped it off a book and they were like, let us know which one you want. Well, I don't know anything about these fabrics and I imagine that
different fabrics, compositions, hold up better or worse in the Arizona sun. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. It's like 120 degrees in the summer. And these things are just sitting out in the beating sun. And they've lasted me like since 2018. And that's really great, but it's lasted 6 years, but that's amazing. So so this is, this is how I used, I don't even want you to say ChatGPT. I want you to say, this is how I used AI in order to do this. And what I did was I took a picture of the different ones and I asked, what are the differences? And I'm going to include screenshots, but I want you to make this a post. And so it should have a really good hook, and it should have a really good, it should be in the Bella Vasta style, and it should be like very storytelling. Like you want to keep reading. And at the end, I just want to be like, wow, this is what she means about using AI for everything. This is what she means about changing your mindset on stuff, and draw a conclusion like that. Like the salesperson's really hard to get a hold of, and I can't get into him. It's like really hard for him to call me back. He's really not a good business person. And instead of having to wait for an answer on him and go back and forth, I was just able to go to ChatGPT and get my answer right away and make an informed decision, rather than having to prolong the whole, purchasing part of this thing when, it's starting to cook up in Arizona and I want to get these things done. And it's just going to take probably like 4 weeks for them to redo all these chairs. So, it saved my time. And it was something I got done literally while I was taking my morning vitamins. I took a couple of pictures and talked to ChatGPT and told him my problem. So I want you to write a post about this, please. And thank you.
So I think a couple of things that you're going to see as I show you the next two are that I talk about what I want from it. So it's information and it's instruction. So I did a video this week, and I'm really, really certain about this. And you're going to hear me talk a lot about this, maybe even a whole episode, is, when we had problems up until 2024, we used to say, well, is it a people problem or is it a process problem? That is obsolete now. The people are replaced and the process is already done via AI, as you're going to see in the third thing I'm going to show you, which is my email newsletter. And so what you'll see here as a common theme is it an information or is it an instruction? So what information have I given it, right? The context. And then what instruction have I given it? And I think that's where a lot of people lose it on AI, and they don't get out what they want from it because of those two things. And now granted, those two things also have a lot of like subsections to them, but overall, that's what we're looking at. And so if you heard that, I have my brainstorm that I go on, but then I always remember to put a bow on it. Sometimes at the beginning, sometimes in the middle, sometimes in the end. Sometimes I think I'm done and then I keep going on and on and on. It doesn't matter. Sometimes I just pause and I collect my thoughts and then I start up a new thought. And sometimes I'm pausing for like 20 seconds on it, which is fine because no one's really listening. All it's doing is putting my speech into words and then I'm putting it in. Okay, here's another one that I did. I wanted to do a carousel post for Valentine's Day. And I'm not going to sit there and think about the whole thing. I'm just going to tell ChatGPT what I wanted to say. Why do I have to sit here and open up a document and start typing? I don't need to do that anymore. And you don't either. And so I was like, hey, this is how the whole entire thing happened, basically. I was like, hey, I wanted to do this for Valentine's Day. And I felt like it needed to come from me. And there's some things that my team can do, but I wanted to do it. So I opened up ChatGPT and I said, hey, I want to do a carousel post. So basically, I don't want this long ass thing. I just want a couple of slides and I need like a main idea and something else, like a supporting detail. And here's some ideas. Can you make this sound good? So it did. And then what I did, and you're not going to hear this in there, I'm going to show you the prompt, but you probably saw it on Facebook or Instagram if you follow me, Bella Vasta, is that I went over and did the same thing that I teach in the mastermind, which is the headshots. And in 5 minutes got like 10 different headshots of me in a scene that I wanted, which was an Arizona background. Like it looked like I was in a neighborhood in Arizona and I was holding a rose because it's for Valentine's Day. And so I had AI create all the images that I threw into Canva. I had AI create all the content, which I threw into Canva. And 10 minutes later, I have this carousel that will probably perform amazing because carousels perform amazing. Pro tip here, don't ever post one picture of anything ever, especially on Instagram, because the minute people swipe, it counts as that. So here's the prompt that I put in to get this. I need ideas for carousel. It's basically from me to pet sitting
pet sitters and dog walkers on how you can show yourself that you love your business, or like 5 ways that you can show that you love your business, like by using AI. So like use it to brainstorm, use it to get all of your thoughts out, use it to get that SOP that's been sitting on your to-do list done, use it to get headshots for you, use it to do voiceovers, use it to automate systems, use it to, I don't know, think of other things. And then um like we want to be really exciting and fun and peppy about it. So I need to like a use and then like a sentence or two that goes along with it. And I want this to be like so useful and so emotional where they're like, wow, this would really, I can't believe you could do this, and this would really impact me. And but we're showing them like it's Valentine's Day, so show your business you love it by stop the madness and stop the procrastination of not getting shit done, and like do it. Like what kind of ideas can you come up with me? I ultimately I want to make a carousel out of it, but then I am gonna need like a description of it, like to post. Help me out, help me understand, like help me brainstorm this.
And there you go. You see how uneloquent that was? Do you see how all over the place I was? Do you see how that fallacy that everyone says that AI is going to make us all like dumb? No, because I am giving it the information. I'm giving it the ideas. I'm brainstorming. I have all these ideas in my head, and it now just took away the problem of having to have all this creative energy to figure it out, right? And so that is the raw content. That is the raw format of what I'm saying in these prompts. And I come out and that took less than 2 minutes, guys. And all of a sudden I've got this content. I'm like, yes, that's perfect. Copy and paste, bada bing, bada boom. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Okay, I have one more for you. One of my struggles, and I don't know if you struggle with this. I'm being cynical saying that. No, I know you struggle with this because there's very few data analysts that are professional pet sitters. So if you're like me, you may be tracking a lot of data, but you don't really analyze it. You don't really do much with it, right? And so what I decided to do is I use ConvertKit. It's now called Kit. And we always A/B split test our emails to see which subject line works best. But, I had questions, and I don't have anyone on my team that knows how to analyze it. And they're kind of overwhelmed right now, not overwhelmed, but they've got like a lot going on. And so I figured I would just do it really quickly myself. This is another way that sometimes assistants aren't going to be as needed because I can get this information pretty quickly from me. But I had two problems. One, it was I know I wanted to analyze it so that I could make better emails, but I didn't necessarily know what I needed to analyze, but I had ideas. And then the second part of that problem was that I didn't know where to go to get any of this information. And all of this information, I needed to get it out of the software and then get it into AI and let it act as an email marketing expert to help me do this. So I needed it explained like a fifth grader. Like, where do I go? Point and click. How do I do this? And it can absolutely do this. Just like, side note, this is total rabbit hole. I'm going to say it anyways because it's in my head. This week, if you missed it, or last week, if you missed it in the email newsletter, so AI can now publish blogs for you too. Yeah, I'm just going to leave that right there and make you be like, what? Okay, but back to this. So you're going to hear me with my sincere problem that I'm trying to solve, but I need AI to teach me how to get the information and then how to analyze it, how to have it help me analyze it rather. Because now I don't need to do all of this on my own, right? And this is the mindset, the paradigm shift that happens in your brain, the shift that's happening from going to Blockbuster and trying to pick out a VHS cassette tape if they have it in stock to streaming it from your couch and never leaving your house. You ready? Here it goes.
I need you to help me with my Kit account. So Kit is my email client. It used to be called ConvertKit. And what I need to do is I want to figure out, I need you to help me analyze. I always do split test on the titles, or the subject lines, and I want those analyzed, and I want to know like what we've learned from all the split testing we've done. so that we can make better subject lines in the future for opens. I want you to analyze, our click ratio. When we have a lot of links in an email versus not a lot of links in an email, do people click more or less? Is there any correlation that, people unsubscribe from our newsletter on certain subjects or certain lengths or certain like anything? And overall, I just want you to analyze our entire, like all of our emails. We have documentation for the past like 3 years. We have a lot of information, but I don't know how to get this information out of kit.com. And I don't know how to get it to you. And I don't know what you can actually analyze. Those are some of my ideas, but you might have more ideas. So I need you to act like a professional email marketer, like a professional Kit person, like someone who works for Kit, like a professional tech support from Kit, and help me not only find out where and how to download these reports for you, but also I want to know as much analytical information as possible. I don't want to just know, 36% of this and 29% of that. I want to know, what does that mean for me as the CEO of my company? And how can I use that information to make my newsletters better?
And I got some pretty awesome step-by-step things on what I needed to do in order to get it the information. And then I was able to give it the information and analyze things. And this is, this is numbers. This is stuff that we're literally talking about in the mastermind this month, because we're talking about numbers and numbers of our business, numbers in our life, like all kinds of numbers, and analyzing, because numbers are no good unless you know what to do with them, right? Great. My blood pressure is 160 over 130. No, just kidding. You'd be stroked out. What do I do with that information, right? And so, guys, I hope this has been really interesting for you. I can already hear a couple of you DMing me and saying, I listened to that twice. I hope what this does is my vulnerability of putting my chaotic brainstorming mess out there in the raw content and raw format. I hope that it does a couple of things for you. One, it allows you to be creative and play around with it yourself. Two, I hope that you really do see my heart and know that when you're ready to start saving yourself time and money by incorporating AI into your business, that you choose me and you trust me and you know that I am the only solution to help transform your business and optimize your business for artificial intelligence. And guys, we're not just talking ChatGPT. I got to tell you right now, this is not oh yeah, I just use ChatGPT and that's it. There is so much more out there than just ChatGPT, and so many more things that we can be doing and that people are doing. And they're using different things for different things, like different things for different things. I know that sounds funny. And I understand that it's a paradigm shift and people's mindsets are going to have to shift. But if you're a first adopter, if you're someone that jumps in, who's a jumper, who jumps and figures it out as they're going, like, this is for you. Okay. There's so much for me to teach. I have a whole notebook of all these different ideas and things, and I have to trickle it out slowly because I don't want to overwhelm people. But the beauty of this is it's all on demand. So it's not like you're missing anything if you can't show up. But this is where people are like, they're getting excited. They're learning from their peers. They're jumping in and creating their own bots for their employees. Their office managers are like super excited and invigorated now. And the CEOs are excited because they don't have to teach this. Because it's hard to teach something that you barely know yourself, right? Like, oh, great, we can incorporate it, but I have no idea how to train my office managers. And so join us. You guys know where to go. I'm not even going to say it. You guys know where to go. But if you're also not at that time and you are still in I'm overwhelmed and stuck and I have anxiety and depression and I'm just not in action mode right now, I'm in just survival mode, I get that too. I really do. And I honor you for the place of life you're in. Because like I said, I'm coming into this is creative for me. I actually sent my parents a screenshot of like 9 photos of me dressed up with like AI bots behind me. It's very futuristic and it's really funny because I was just like playing around and I was like, this is my new like crayon, like, coloring you a picture so you can put it on your refrigerator. And they're just laughing at me. They're in their late 60s and they're laughing at me. And they're just like, this looks realistic. I'm like, I know, it's crazy. So I want to be here to support you. And so if you're listening, I want to encourage you to jump in, come hang out with me because this is fun and it's exciting. And it's there for you to eat whatever you want. We have a Thanksgiving buffet. I'm not slowing down anytime soon. I am evolving and changing as this all goes. in about a year, everything right now is going to be flipped on its head because we're going to be all using agents like we all have cell phones. You have no idea what is coming in this world and how much further advanced you can be right now by grasping this paradigm shift and playing, getting in the sandbox with me now. I know that you're probably at your destination or done folding that laundry or done with your cooking right now. So I'm going to let you go, but I could keep talking forever. And I probably will. I'll probably go film some videos after this because now I'm like really motivated and excited. I love you guys. And as I'm recording this on Valentine's Day, from my heart to yours, when life gets you down, always keep jumping. Bye now.